Hello, welcome back to Dadskillz. I saw this the other day and I asked if I could have it, and they very kindly said yes. And so what I thought I could do, make some sort of stool out of it, because I made one before and it was really good, really sturdy. Just take my glasses off actually so you can see my eyes. I don't think I'm going to do any gluing. I think we can get away with just screwing, but I need to take all the door furniture off, and also, yeah, this side is painted. It's got a big crack there and stuff. So I'm gonna have to be careful where I cut to try and keep the strength in it. And I'm gonna try and use this to my advantage. So if you imagine a basic, very basic stool like that, all the inside, I think, if I can keep white, it might have quite a nice rustic look to it, and then I'll wax this side to finish it off. So I'm going to set up some trestles. I'll pop this on, take this off, have a little think about where I'm going to cut, and then I'll get back to you.
Dadskillz, 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 Dadskillz.
Right, so all the door furniture is off. It's not in great condition, to be fair, so I've got to be really careful where I think about the seat and stuff is going to go. So if I use like that as the seat, there'll have to be something in the middle to support it maybe. But I'm going to have a think, get my pencil out and mark it up, and then I'll come back and tell you what my plan is. Right, after some umming and ahhing, I've decided on the sides, I think, and these bits will be back and seat. So I'm going to cut these out first because I can see what these need to look like. I'm going to take a strip off each side just to smarten this edge up a bit. So I'll do that and then I'll come back to you. Right, okay, so I cut the sides out, and I also cut the top off, which will give me this quite nice place to put your elbow, hopefully. It'll only be for kids, but it'll be quite nice. I'm a bit worried about the structural integrity of it, so we're going to have to make sure it's nice and strong. Yeah, cool. Right, now I'll have to think about the back and the seat. Right. So I'm going to take a bit of this, match it up on this end, and then we'll see what we got. But if you've ever used one of these before, but this guide you can move in and out on these things is excellent, because that will just run down the straight edge. Right, cool. Last thing to do, cut down here, see what I've got. Cool. Now, I don't know if you noticed on that one, I went straight through. That's the beauty of these plastic stands, is I don't have to have one hanging over the edge and drop off. And to help me do that, I set the depth of this so it didn't chop straight through it. It just took a little so it didn't chop straight through it. So you just put your piece of wood against it. You see that, okay? And then set your depth. So you get the vague idea how it's going to go. I think I'm going to very lightly tack it together, put a few screws in, see where we get to, and then think about strengthening it up, a way of strengthening it more. I think to get into this recess, I'm going to jigsaw a bit out. And that's the first port of call. Right, okay. So let me show you what I've done. So I've cut the recesses for where this is gonna fit into those sides. You'll see it when it all comes together. And then I've shaved the back down to match these bits. My idea for it is changing all the time. I think if the white was a bit more distressed, it would have looked better. So I think what I'm going to do is paint the whole thing black and then wax it, which I've done before. It looks really nice. And that way, I think I might be able to fill some of the screw holes and things. I'm going to put it together very loosely now and see what we've got. So I think I'm going to put it together, and then that'll be it for this video. And then we'll see where we go from there. I've also got it in mind to make a cushion for it as well. I'll show you that, how to make that. Right, okay. I'm drilling some pilot holes because it's a bit weak at the minute. So we'll just make sure we're not going to split it even more. And then we'll come back to the subject of its weakness in another video. Oh, look at that! Nice. How cool. I don't know if you can see what I meant when I recessed it in there. Can you see that? Let's turn this over. Fits like a dream. Alright, what have we got then? that sort of thing is coming apart. We need a very long screw for that, don't we? Right, end of part one. What have we got? To put it on some solid ground somewhere. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Right, end of part one. We have a bench looking pretty cool. Yeah, cool. So part two, I think we will be having a little look at some strengthening. It will need some bracing, I would have thought. Maybe a cross piece under there somewhere. And then we might do some filling. And then in the following one, maybe we'll do the painting and the waxing. But those recesses turned out quite nice. See, there's a few more screws to put in. We've got some cracks in places. That all worked out nice. See, there's another place for a screw up there, isn't there? And you could have taken it all apart and glued it all back together, but I don't think I've got clamps that are long enough to glue a door together. But we're going to screw it anyway. Fill the screw holes in, paint it black. Okay, I'll see you on part two.
Dadskillz, 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 Dadskillz.